Hey, what's up guys and girls? It's K7 coming back at you with another VRChat tutorial. Now I know this video is unexpected because I had stated in the community tab that I wasn't going to be making any more VRChat tutorials, but I did leave off with 2 more due tutorials that I wanted to do before I left. So I want to do that because I also want to keep my word, and I also know you guys really enjoy these type of videos. So I'm bringing this to you guys just for these very reasons. I have one of 2. This is one. There's another one coming on the way. You guys are going to really enjoy that one because it's really rare and nobody's showing you how to do that, so that's going to be really fun. I'm not saying it's going to be necessarily next week. I'm not sure when it's going to be, but just look forward to that. But today I'll be showing you how to create your very own custom animations on any avatar. Now the steps are pretty simple and easy to do, and the only thing you have to do is follow along with this tutorial. So just sit back and relax. Keep watching. Alright, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to need is an avatar. If you don't have an avatar, I've left links so that you can download one. So if you don't have one, the links are in the description. Once you have your avatar, you'll need to drag it into the left side window and insert it into the hierarchy. Once you've placed your avatar into the left side hierarchy, you then want to select it. Highlight the avatar and then hold Ctrl and press D. This will duplicate your avatar. Once you've duplicated your avatar, you then want to select the duplicated avatar. After you've selected the duplicated avatar, you want to look just above. You'll see 4 selections, one with the hand, and then just to the right of that, you'll see a horizontal and vertical arrows pointing in each of those directions. This is the one we're interested in. So you want to select this one. Now we want to reselect our avatar, make sure it's highlighted, and drag our duplicated avatar out from its original position. We only want to do this to make sure that we have duplicated our original avatar successfully, because we're going to have to pull it out again once we save our animation's name. But it's good to double check to make sure that you've duplicated your avatar. Once you've confirmed this, you're all set. We can move on to the next step. Now that you've duplicated your avatar, you will need to begin on creating our first animation. To do this, we're going to go all the way down here near our assets area. You should see a few tabs, but the tab that we're interested in is the Animation tab. If you do not have an Animation tab, then you can look up here to the top of the screen and to your right in the Selectable tabs, you will see a Window tab. Select the Window tab and scroll down to Animations. If you still don't get the Animations window after selecting the Animations tab selection, you then want to hold Ctrl and press the number 6. This should get you your Animations tab. Once you have your Animations tab, you want to re-highlight your avatar and then hit Create. Once you hit Create, you will need to select a name for your avatar's animation. Let's give it a name. I'm going to name it Rando because this is going to be a random animation. After you've given your animation a name, make sure to save it in the location that you'll be able to find it. So look above where you can save your animation and then select the assets area. So this way you won't have any problems finding your animation. So just select assets and then hit save. Once you do this, you're all set. You can now begin editing your first animation. Now that you've created and saved your name for the animation that you're due to create, you now want to begin creating your animation. Now we're going to do just as we did before. We're going to select our duplicated avatar, look just above our hierarchy, select the horizontal and vertical selection tool, and we're going to redrag our avatar back out from its original position. Now we can start creating our first animation. So now you want to look down just below your avatar's hierarchy, and you should see a little button that says Add Property. Once you click on Add Properties, you'll get plenty of selections to choose from, which are very intimidating, and if you don't know which one to choose, you might be a little lost. But in this case, it'll be pretty easy. What you'll be looking for is the body mesh. So you're going to select the body option within your avatar's drop-down menus. Select the body options and then scroll down to Skin Mesh Renderer. This is the one that we're interested in and the one we'll be using to create our very own original animations. The Skin Mesh Renderer is where all the animations happen, as far as your eyes blinking, mouth moving, and all of your animations. If there were anything that you wanted to create for your avatar, you could do it here. You can be able to find all the way down to your toes, to your fingers, to your eyes, to your nose, to your arms, etc. All the pieces are here. So you can have fun trying out what pieces of animations that you'd like to play around with and some you'd like to use. But overall, it's easier to start off with the basics. So for me, since this is just a tutorial and an example that we'll be using to create our very first animation, we'll start off with searching for the eyes. To do this, all we'll need to do is search through the long list of mesh skin renderer options here, and we can see that there's plenty, but each of them are named and each have their own specific functions, or should I say animations. The gist of locating which ones you want to create or change or animate is pretty simple, because some of them can be found just by looking at them, like in this example where you can see blink or eyebrows or considering that the would probably be the mouth, the blink would probably be the eyes. So in this case, you can probably figure out which ones they are by indicating the words within the title. And then for left eye, you see an L, and for right eye, you see an R. So keep these in mind when searching as well. But if you don't, or your avatar's skin rendered mesh doesn't indicate a specific name for whatever mesh that you're trying to change, you'll have to go through each and every one of these manually to find out what you're trying to move and what you're trying to animate on your specific avatar. So keep this in mind, but it's best for beginners to just look for the obvious ones. So that is a lot easier when creating your first animations, so that you're not doing anything too advanced and you'll be able to find it easy, just like these examples here. Okay, once you selected and found the animations that you want to change, then you want to select them, scroll over here to the right, and then click the plus sign. This will add them to your animations list. Once you've gathered your animations that you want to use, because in some instances it may be more than one in order to create a whole animation. But if you're just doing a simple animation, then you might just need to choose one. But for this case, as you can see, I had to select 3. So I'll be using 3 animations here in order to create a full animation. So once you selected the amount of animations that you want to use to create an animation, however many that may be for you, you're now done. Once you've selected them, you will now need to begin creating your animations. But before you can do that, you're going to look at the timeline. And at the very end of the timeline, on the far right side, you're going to see some keyframes. You want to delete these keyframes. After you delete these keyframes, this is going to destroy your avatar. But it doesn't matter. This is why we duplicated our avatar, so that we could avoid destroying our original, because we don't want to destroy our original avatar. We want to keep that solid because we'll be placing the animation on that, and we don't want it to not work when we start to use it. So keep this in mind as well. Once you've destroyed your keyframes, you're now ready to begin using and creating our first animation. To do this, you'll need to first drag your timeline out to a specific number of where you would want your avatar's animation to end, because you're going to start off with the ending animation when creating it. And this will also indicate how long or short your animation will be. So keep this in mind. The closer your time to the beginning, faster your animation will be, and the further away, the slower it will be. So keep this in mind as well. Once you've figured out how long or short you want your animation to be, you now need to start creating it. To do this, the only thing you need to do is select one of your animations. And then you'll see this little number indicator. You want to drag or place your mouse a little bit right to the front of the rectangle box with the number within it. A little arrow indicator should appear like this. You want to drag it either left or right, and as you can see here, when I do so, my eyes open and close. As you can see, there's my eye. Open, close, open, close. By doing this, I am now triggering my animation and what I would like my animation to look like. So I just need to set it to a specific number and to set it to where I want the animation to perform. Once I've done that, I'm all set. Now I need to set my eyebrows the same, and now I need to set the other eye. Now that I've completed my animation, we just need to test it out. Let's drag it out a little bit further to make it slower. So we're going to be making one of those very angry looks. The look that says, if you come any closer, well, I'm pretty sure you can figure out the rest. Let's create the animation. So the only thing we need to do now is test it. Press the play button to test the speed of your animation. After you press the play button and after you've tested your animation and is suited to your liking, you can then now press the Projects tab. Future Kai here. I forgot to mention that when adjusting your animations, you'll get new keyframes every time you adjust your animation within that timeline. So if you don't want that specific timeline keyframe, you'll have to go back and erase it. You'll have to click the top keyframe in order to move it left and right. You can also drag your mouse over each individual keyframe to highlight them all to move them as well, just in case you mismatch some of them, and also if you have a hard time highlighting them all at once. Alright, Future Kai out. Once you select the Projects tab, your animation has now been completed, and whatever you've named your avatar's animation will be there with the play button right above it. So as you can see right here in the assets area, here is my created animation. To test this animation, the only thing we'll need to do is select the animation, and then once this little box appears on the right side bottom of the screen, we then want to drag our avatar into that box, and then just press the play button. And if it works, then you're all set. It's a good idea to do this to make sure that the animation is working on the avatar before placing it onto your original avatar. So after you confirm this, you're all set. The only thing you need to do now is add it to your original avatar. Also, make sure to highlight your animation and then look over into the right top hand corner of the screen and make sure to check or uncheck the loop animation box. This will allow your animation to loop or not, depending on whether or not you have the check mark box checked or unchecked. So make sure that if you want your animation to loop, check this box, and if you don't, then uncheck it. You can now delete your duplicated avatar because you'll no longer need it. You want to select your custom override, and then we're going to go down just below the 8th emote, and we're going to go down here to the finger point. These will be represented as the F keys in examples as F1, F2, etc. This is where any animation of your face will be placed because these are your shortcut keys for this example. If you're using another animation that you would like to use as an emote, then you would use the top emote selections. But for this one, we'll be using the F key shortcuts. Let's place it here in finger point. Once you place your animation into its proper slot, you're all set. Just make sure your custom override is connected to your main avatar, and then you're all set. The only thing you need to do now is upload the avatar and test it. And as you can see, this really scary back away look works. It doesn't look like she'll be getting any dates anytime soon. Well, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys and girls have enjoyed it, and I also hope it was helpful for you. If you have any questions, make sure to leave your comments down in the comment section below, and I'll get to them when I can. Also, make sure to hit the like button. Let's try to get 1,000 likes for this video, and share this with everybody you know. Well, anyways, guys and girls, this has been K7. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye.